Right guys, today we are going to be looking at that question of if it's better to hit to a centre of a green or if it's better to attack the pin. Hi guys, Peter Finch here, and you join me here down at the beautiful Formby Golf Club for this 6-hole vlog where we are going to be exploring that question. Is it better to play to the centre of the green or is it better to try and attack a pin wherever it might be? Now what I'm going to do is basically play this round in a most conservative manner. So I'm going to be going for the centre of every green and seeing how that affects my score. And I'm also going to be using the Mollywood scoring system, which I did in a previous video, which you can check out here as well. And basically that scoring system, it awards 1 point for a fairway, 1 point for a green, and it also awards 2 points for a green in under regulation. However, as I'm going to be going for the centre of the green, as I'm going to be playing really safe, I might not be going for any par 5s in 2, but it all depends on my driving. So we started here on the 13th, I hit my drive slightly left. In hindsight, it's always been an iron off this tee. Why I used a driver, I don't know. I'm already in attacking mode. I need to dial that back down. This is safety mode. So I'm actually just to the left of this fairway. So I need to go find the ball and try and hit the centre of the green and talk through about the yardages and how you can actually calculate where you're aiming. So here comes the first little test of this theory. Now, I've absolutely rifled that drive down here. I've only got 60 yards left. It's playing shorter. It's off a front tee, so it's not all the way back, but yeah, a bit of a good one. I'm just off the fairway, which is slightly annoying, so I don't get a bonus point for that. But I'm 61 yards to the pin, which is front right. Now I'm using my rangefinder and I'm also using my Around Pro, so GPS, and I've got 60, well, according to this, I've got about 66 yards to the centre, so 5 yards of difference, and I'm going to be aiming to the left. With a lob wedge in my hands, this feels very odd, but I'm committed to the process. Stay left. Well, it's a decent shot. I've got to be honest, I came through that, I was like, just help it back to the pin, just a bit. So, not too bad. Just to the left of the pin, I mean, this green is pretty narrow and it kind of kicks in from each side, so a little bit of a valley. Now, actually going for the middle of the green, it's probably left me with a really good chance here because I'm hitting up the hill, sight from right to left. I mean, I've left myself with a perfect putt. I would say that if I'd have hit dead centre, I'd have been about another 5 or 6 yards to my left. But again, I was just trying to feel it back to the pin a little bit, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a couple of holes. Okay, come on. Start with a birdie, that would be absolutely lovely. Oh. Tell you kids, centre of the green, oh, that's the way forward. Say, hell, I sound like an old man when I did that as well, didn't I? Oh. So we jumped through onto the 15th. The guys here, they're doing a bit of work on the 14th. I didn't want to interrupt them. They're doing a good job. Course here is in such good condition after the summer that we've had. Anyway, it's a shortish hole, this one, so it's only 400 yards, but there's a pinch point right in the middle. So I'm only going to hit a 4-iron down there. And then again, centre of the green, that's what I'm aiming for. So I've got 183 yards to the centre of the green, and this green again, it plays into my advantage for actually going to the middle because there's a huge hump, there's a huge rise, it's a big Mackenzie green. So even if I go up a little bit, it should come back down to the pin. Obviously if I go beyond that, it's going to leave me a very tricky putt, but the pin is front right. So just to try and not be drawn into it, it's going to be tricky, but I am going to go for the centre of the green. I am, I promise. Oh, I've hiked it. Oh, it's gone left. Oh, I should have gone for the pin. So after a truly horrendous shot there for my second, I'm left with a pitch onto the green, down the hill, sloping left to right. If I want to get my par here, then this is going to have to be a pretty awesome shot. That is such a good Mackenzie in the middle. Oh, a little bit gutted about that. However, it's in the past. Lob wedge here. Well, it's an half decent pace putt, but that is one over. Okay, 125 yards to the centre of the green. It's 120 to the pin. So again, I'm just going to go slightly to the left. Slightly to the left. Hopefully not missing the green by 30 yards. So just into the centre point there. Oh, wind's leaking it a bit right. That could be pretty good. Oh, I'll stay there. No, no, don't do this to me. Oh, that is just a square kick in the groin area, that, isn't it? So when aiming for the centre of the green, this is a slightly odd golfer's phenomenon. One of them things, where you will find that golfers would aim for a point nowhere near the pin, so like I did there for the centre of the green, and somehow the ball will find its way back to the pin. That's because people are very much target dominated. So unless you're incredibly focused on something in the background, and this is something that we'll get onto as well, you will automatically start to feel like you're leaking a shot back to a target. So I was aiming here on the green a good, I would say that is a good 6 or 7 or 8 yards away from the pin. And I was pretty focused on that point. And yet, as I came through, like I did on the first with that lob wedge, I let the ball just leak a little bit off to the right, and it actually pitched bang in line with the flag. It was just a wrong club. Now, this is something which is maybe a slight negative because it shows you're not fully focused on your target, but it also shows that if you're aiming for the centre of the green and that is your focus, if it does leak a little bit right or a little bit left back towards your pin, that's not going to be the end of the world. As long as you got the right club, as I didn't, you're going to be in business. So if you even are aiming for the centre of the green, always bear in mind that you might have that little bit of a thing where you will leak it back to the pin as well. 173 yards left to the centre of the green. The wind is off the right a touch, so I'm going to hit a 6-iron, just fade it back into the breeze a little bit. Again, going for the centre of the green now. This is a par 5, so I can get a couple of bonus points here as well by hitting the green. Very inviting pin, that back right as well, but I'm not going to go for that. I'm going to go for the centre. I'm going to go for the centre. Oh, another dragger. That's just off the left of the green. It's not bad though, it's a pretty decent angle to get into the pin, but not me bonus points. Okay, for birdie, to get one under par, this is kind of unexpected with the way. I feel like I've played terribly, but let's see, get to a 1. Well, somehow, that's 1 under par, playing the last. And now, let's talk about focus. Focus. So here we are, I'm focusing on this shot. My target here is the pin. Now what I want to do is focus on the pin, try and make the target as small as possible. But then I'm going to extend my line of vision upwards and pick out the tree which is directly behind the pin. By focusing like that, I can train my mind on a bigger line. It is still very small, it's a small target. My thinking here is if I aim for a tiny target and miss a little bit, it's still going to be quite close to the pin. There are other ways of thinking about this, maybe thinking of a big target, takes a bit of pressure off, but more research does need to be done on that. But I'm really focused in on what I want to do here, and that is hit a shot straight to the pin. Nothing else is entering my mind. What a hole. Here, by the way, the 18th, got the beautiful clubhouse in the background on the right-hand side. The green's a little bit to the left. And this green will be a test because this is a long green. So this would leave me quite a long putt, I think, if I hit the center of the green. I think the pin's towards the back. I've got my 2-iron and I'm going to just drill it, basically. Hey, best one of the day. An actual golf shot. Got 150 yards to the center of the green, and I'm going to be using what you've just heard about the focus, really focusing my mind on that top tree at the back. So really focusing in to that point. I've got a 9-9, it's just a nice smooth swing for me, this one. Let's see if we can finish with a birdie, but center of the green is 152. I've not even zapped the pin. Not too bad, a little bit toey, might be a touch short. So we have a final birdie attempt. It's about 30 feet. I came up, yeah, pretty sure it was a bit of a toey strike, but it gives me a chance to finish at 2 under par. I really don't feel I deserved it, but it would be a lovely way to finish that clubhouse backdrop as well. Oh. Oh, go for me. Oh, Pete. Here's my chance. There's one chance at glory. I can see the eyes of the clubhouse upon me. And I just came up that little bit short. However, that's not too bad. Under par. Oh, over a tricky stretch of holes. Right guys, that is it. 1 under par for those few holes, and pleased with the way I scored. Not so much with the way I played, so the actual amount of centre of greens that I hit, not overly high, but please give this a go and make sure that you comment below and let me know what you think. Have you tried this game before? Have you tried this way of thinking before? And hopefully you would have taken something from it, at least by focusing on certain targets. And guys, just want to say thank you for watching. Big thank you to Formby for having me down as well. I absolutely love this place. If you ever are in the area, make sure you pop in and give it a go. There's also so many great courses around this area as well. It is an absolute hotbed of golf. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on my other social media platforms as well, which are all linked in the description below, and we'll see you down here next time.